And without further ado, we'll continue with Dr. Thomas, who we all know is a wonderful musician. But he teaches music in 3 universities, and his wonderful ensemble performs all over the world. He's a scholar in residence. He was just downtown at the Brotherhood Synagogue as a scholar in residence on Shabbat. Thank you for inspiring us. Have a wonderful evening.
So one very small idea that I wanted to focus on tonight was something I like to call the Andalus persuasion, the greater world. And I think that the idea of the Andalus persuasion is something that we as New Yorkers, have an inclination towards a cosmopolitan frame of mind. And the cosmopolitanism that was so integral to the society of Cordoba in Andalus, in what is often referred to as the Golden Age, which really is what was set up in Andalus and essentially passed down through the centuries, is a frame of mind that we in New York can bring into our modern sphere, that we can learn from, that we can perpetuate. And we are doing that. And I don't mean we as in we ensemble members who are connected to one particular avenue of cultural sharing, but all of us. All of us are of this cosmopolitan persuasion. We all owe, in this modern world, so much to this leap forward in humanity that I like to call the Andalus persuasion. And that, of course, is a cosmopolitanism that we all sort of famously or romantically refer to as the convivencia, or this period of particularly heightened Muslim, Jewish, and Christian interaction. So just to delve for a moment a little deeper into what that really looked like, we, of course, any professor should warn that we should be careful not to look at that particular period of time too much through the glasses or lenses of our particular time. However, if we go back into that particular time, we can see some seeds that were planted that we see flourishing in our particular time, if we're sensitive enough to it. And one of those important seeds, of course, was this notion of intercultural exchange, that we were living in a society where there was a space given to difference, to differentiation, to a collective pursuit of knowledge through the sciences, through the arts, through technology, and also a space given to where we could be different, where we could hold on to our individualistic traditions and coexist in a way with mutual respect. I think that Andalus persuasion is something we certainly see within the cultural expressions that we look to Andalus with such favor for, such as music or poetry or literature or philosophy or theology or science or mathematics. I mean, the list can go on and on. But we certainly here in New York, I think, can connect to this idea of being able to live in a place with mutual respect for differences that add to the flavors of what New York can offer, what a cosmopolitan center in the world can offer, and therefore we can bring that lesson forward right into our day based on what for pretty much everyone in this room is a shared tradition stemming from Andalus. So please take forward the Andalus persuasion and look forward to it. Look to it for strength, for guidance, for encouragement. And as we face this world in troubled times and in good times, may we hearken back to our ancestors that have planted very, very strong seeds in very, very strong soil.
Amen.